How y'all doing today? Finally get to enjoy a cold beer. So check this out. Samurai all propped up, 2x4s long. I'm getting ready to tear it down. Take the wheels off here. Something looks a little fishy, right? The wheel was moving. I figured the wheel bearings were shot. Something happened there, whatever. I gotta take the differential out there so I can change the gears out from that differential there. But yeah, there's no retaining clips in there for an axle on the Samurai. And I changed it over. It usually uses the brake drum, but I changed it to the backing plates there. And that backing plate, the lip pushes against the bearing that's pressed onto the axle shaft in order to retain it all in. And it's a rear disc brake conversion kit, but you know, ain't got there yet. Anyways, so the tire was moving around and I go to check this out and see how loose it is, and I see that and I'm like, oh shit. And then it hits me. That's not good. That means going down the road, that whole thing could have just rolled out. Oh. Well, there goes my pants. I see too that this little adapter here not supposed to do that. This side was on its way, but held on just a little bit longer. I think that's what got us home, to be honest with you. Because when all this went down, we were loaded down with people cruising down the road about 35, 40 miles an hour. You got to do your maintenance, guys. I didn't, and here I am. Well, I've changed the fluid in it, and just recently I put new bearings on whenever I did this brake conversion kit. But cheap bearings, bad material, whatever you want to call it. No G-haul with the yee-haul. At least check your stuff. Make sure that it's working right. Okay? Because that could have been real bad. Like I said, I still got to get that third member out, because I put that one in there about 3 years ago, and it was missing chunks out of the pinion teeth when I put it in. And I knew it was bad, but I was just riding it to see how long it'd get me. And 3 years later, it's not too bad. So that's what I'm dealing with. Time to order some bearings and hope that all the stuff I got out of this other differential here is good. I believe it is. A bunch of good parts out of it anyways. Winch I gotta put on. This one's a little crusty, but nice and tight. All the gears look good. Just need to take this carrier out, change this ring gear to the carrier in the rear end of the Samurai, because they have different splines. So the front axles have 22 spline axles. The rears are 28 spline axles. almost see the size difference there. That means the side gears in that carrier will not match the splines on these axle shafts. So I got to do some swapping. But I think between the ring gear and the pinion being good in there, and if I can get the backlash set good, when I put it all back together, I can put that whole third member in this rear axle, replace the bearings. Hopefully I can find some Japanese Koyo dealios and get them ordered up. Probably be $80 damn a piece, who knows. But I tried the cheap bearings, and yeah, you see how they held up. And no, that's not the spacer still on there. That's just where it wore on the backing plate. The bearing is actually extended to remove the spacer that comes on there. And this is the retainer. But stock axle shafts, I'm gonna put together with the parts that we got, run her again, and maybe we get another 2-3 years out of her. That would be nice. That would be real nice. And then I need to get a seal kit to rebuild this axle in my spare time while I still run this one to Windrock and get the last life out of it, probably. And maybe carry that one with me up there so that way I can do a quick swap-a-roo if I need to. And put the winch right up there and cut this factory bumper, make room, and then make some plates or something to bolt these factory sides back onto the winch deal. And then I'll get a little tag mount to put on the fair lead for that tag. Gotta eat more possum, baby.